Fast forward, you didn't come our channel, social so I'm saying, I'll see a FunnTV GH podcast stores are training makers making headlines. Any gym and a be exomo. And Indian young brushes and a lady can yamishawa. But what you answer between subscribe to the channel, hit on notification bell, the sort of mommy. Now, a fee, Emma, you madino into me, emfa, into mopa, infra. Need him young brushes, Mr. Say, will comment under the comment section or edit a mommy. You move running simu. NDC NPP final rally no it me eba so. Na me no kase die me no ewo eye doctor ba omia camp. Na ekoso ewo eye Accra. Eye University of Ghana campus enya aksem koto Accra. Na ohwe doma ebo twi dompim ekuhia ewo rally na sia. It tells you say empeniampa say Mahama antituno no ya ibiana you know from the look of things no na enoma etimi attending adia kwakoma Dr. Baumia sene ohwe sene Ghana food din komo bifa komodi wo muni ade na ohwe ase omudi abufu chobi betu abano ade tia NPP but ohwe really na sia ne kamia koye se ibia sene Ghana for e canon edin sakrayi kakre bibitima edai aba omampenye be di achire amana okasei utu franka ade ama NPP se presidential candidate no woni sema kodo bebre egu platform no so edema adofo ebaye kan bibifa NHIS tama president kufo meno kasei oje na home ebaye no ede baye no mu baye no o se nam no so enne wahemukina amasisi ano national health insurance no boy dwuma enya aksem koto akra enka NDC for by now enka tete apansam sanso no kan bibi efa credit scoring system ho kire se CC ano credit scoring system biasa fa nan yina obi ayi bi okwa monania yemfa ready cash enkoto ade utua ebi abeto ase na simple obaji ade no kra na wutua na kakra ni nyina no so wode ba bohye bebre na papa yi igina simple so a otim etugu edema Ghana mine at this point in time no yensemre ebobo wura na so na yahwene yeko ene de ba shin so am say FunnTV GH.
Today, we have brought many initiatives to bear. We have issued the Ghana card. President Kufuor passed the NIA Act in 2008. 8 years of the Mahama administration, they couldn't issue the Ghana card. And when we came into office, the president asked me to champion the issue of the Ghana card. And today we have issued the Ghana card to our citizens. We have done, when we came into office, Ghana did not have a working address system. You had to use landmarks by the tree, by the blue house for directions in many places. Today, we have implemented the digital property address system, and you can find anywhere in Ghana, any location in Ghana. Today, Ghana, our own Ghana, is the second country in the whole world to implement a digital property address system. We have solved a major problem. Today, we have brought in mobile money interoperability. Today, Ghana has done something no other African country has done. We have made our domestic payment system totally interoperable. Your Momo account today is working like a bank account. When I said that with Momo interoperability, everybody will have a bank account, my opponents never understood it. They talk about brick and mortar bank account. I'm talking about digital bank accounts. Digital bank accounts. Today, with what we have done with global money interoperability, in the whole of Africa, it is only Ghana that has complete domestic payments interoperability. Only Ghana. And we have 100% access to financial inclusion. Today, we have brought drones to help in the delivery of medical services, blood to help in the delivery of vaccines and drugs. And today, our drones, we have 6 centers for medical drones, and they are delivering medicines to 2,700 hospitals and health facilities across Ghana. Today, Ghana, our own Ghana, is the whole world, the leading medical drone delivery service in the whole world. The whole world. We are leading. In the area of agriculture, we came up with the Planting for Food and Jobs program. The Planting for Food and Jobs program is one of the most successful agricultural programs that we have implemented in this country. We have more than doubled the rate of growth in agriculture, and we have increased food security in Ghana. We see the whole of Africa. We have 54 countries. The countries with the most food security, or if you rank the countries by food security, Ghana is number 3 in Africa, and out of the 54 countries, number 3 in Africa in terms of food security. South Africa is number 1, Kenya is number 2, and Ghana is 3. It shows that we have done something right. When you come to the macro economy, what is clear is that notwithstanding the challenges we've had, we have performed better than the government of John Dramani Mahama. Across. We have grown the economy more than him. Overall GDP growth is higher. Agricultural growth under us is higher. Industrial growth is higher. If you look at the budget deficit, ours is lower. You look at the primary balance, ours is lower. You look at gross international reserves, ours is higher. You look at exchange rate depreciation, ours is lower. Ours is lower. Sometimes they don't even understand the data. Do the math and you see that notwithstanding the problems we've had in the global economy, and our exchange rate depreciation at 72% over 8 years is lower than your 74% over 8 years. We have created more jobs than he has. He was creating unemployment. We are creating jobs. We have kept the lights on. So when it comes to the macro economy, it is night and day. We have done better across. Then when you look at infrastructure, we have done almost too much, isn't it? We have done more roads than his government, isn't it? We have built more airports than his government, more interchanges than his government, more hospitals than his government, more schools than his government, more courts than his government, more fish landing sites than his government, more public libraries than his government, more fiber optic cable than his government, more sanitation facilities than his government, more Zongo infrastructure than his government, more infrastructure for the military, the navy, and the army, and the police than his government. There's not one area in infrastructure. One, that he can compete with us. Not one, across all the sectors. The data is clear. So, when he said the performance of his government was better than ours, I said to him, if you believe that, then come for a debate, one-on-one. Let us show whether it's the case or not. Come for a debate. Come for a debate. When you come for a debate, you cannot come and say, hey, Yesu, and go away. I'll pin you down with the facts and data. I'll pin you down with the facts and data. I will pin you down. When I told him to come, Osuro, Ojani to some kukon kiti, Ojani. So, on what basis does John Mahama want to come back? What is the basis? You cannot say you've done better in education, not in healthcare, not in agriculture, not in infrastructure, not in digitalization. Maybe you have done better in Dumso, I confirm, and then Kokon Kiti. That's it. We want a government that is going to move this country into the fourth industrial revolution. I have many initiatives that I am bringing. I want Ghana to move away from a dependence on oil and gas to solar power.
Fast forward, you can watch on your social media. I have FunnTV GH podcast subject when you make headlines and a general negative action war. Na menoka say the NPP and the NDC final rally no hunsen sema eneja ye ma recap of nsema e course na shana swam say ye NPP die no e course e University of Ghana campus na ohwe domebo twi itimi e ko dwumadi na sia na kamia kwa yes eya rechichre edema NPP amayiko no because we say ni Ghana for no ACB e kasa fana anya sampoto akra nsema woro bebre na Franka Tunino itimi editu bia enya sampoto akra e Dr. Mahamudu Baumia na kansim bebre DB efa aye credit scoring system say ene we asafa na nyina bia abefa bia yam for ready cash enkoto mobile phone fridge and as TVs near the keke kan ni momo ye tua nen kakra sa ni free source na eno so atimi aboa ama ho so atumi ha anu bi ena ode eba abeboa magana yase twem atimi aye akono sanso na ode GPS so buy ene if be a wagan has be a digital brace enkane no na use landmarks na ohwe fi kokona amango bi isi mfimfini no ho asem na meka ene ente sebium ene bi be digital fa phone na obo GP address no etuma na etimi allocate na ona wokro no when it's ma hodo bi bibra papa no yina simpi so de tuwa at this point in time bobo bra na so ye na yetimi ahwene ye ko ene de ba hye no so am say I FunnTV GH.
We are going to bring down the cost of electricity by 50%, and we are going to do it by moving to solar power. We are going to move to electric vehicles in public transportation. We have started to do the pilot. By moving to electric vehicles, we are going to bring down the cost of public transport by 50% to everybody. We are bringing down the cost of public transport. We are going to leverage the private sector of this economy to create jobs. the private sector holds the key to our wealth creation and prosperity. I am going to make sure that at least 3% of GDP, that is 30 billion Ghana cedis, is ceded to the private sector from the public sector to create jobs for our economy. Somebody, I am going to bring a flat tax regime to Ghana. A flat tax regime for our imports, a flat tax regime for our incomes, and that will make it very, very easy for tax collection and understanding compliance and so on. So Ghana will have, by the grace of God, a flat tax regime next year. To make sure we all start on a clean slate, I'm bringing in a tax amnesty for all businesses and individuals next year so that we move. The transformation of this country cannot be done without railway infrastructure. We, in the first 8 years, we have been focusing a lot on our roads. I am going to bring in the required investment to build our railway infrastructure. Accra, Kumasi, Paga, Kumasi, Takoradi, Ejisu, Eduade, Awasu, Ninahene, Eduade. We are going to do all those railways and create jobs for this country. We are also going to enter into the decade of housing. We are going to address the decade of housing. We are going to build houses just like Singapore did with private sector capital. And I'm going to move. Look, let me tell you one thing. State Housing Corporation, during President Mahama's term of office, state housing, they built only 12 houses. 12. During our term, we have built over 1,000 houses in state housing. When you go to Tema Development Corporation, TDC, during Mahama's period, they built 0 housing. 0. During our period, TDC has built over 1,000 houses. So, when I tell you that we are going to go into a decade of housing, I know what I'm talking about. We are going to go into a decade of housing to leverage on the private sector to build housing. And housing means jobs, carpenters, masons, electricians, plumbers, windows people, roofers, a lot of jobs to all our people. So we are in the digital world. And I want to provide the youth digital skills. I want to train at least 1 million youth of Ghana in digital skills. They can stay here in Ghana, work in America, work in Canada, work in Singapore, work in the UK, work in Australia, right from here in Ghana. We are in the digital world. You will get digital skills. Jamali, we have many policies that we have put in our manifesto. Of course, I cannot put all of them out here tonight, but I have been talking about them. One key policy is the credit scoring system. The credit scoring system. We are going to change Ghana with this credit scoring system. Today, if you finish school, you are working, everything you have to buy is cash. Everything is cash. We have introduced a credit scoring system, and very soon we will be buying things from next year and be paying small, and everybody will see an increase in their standard of living. This is a major policy that we are bringing. We are also going to see, as we go forward, under my government, all persons with disability will go for university and tertiary education for free. All persons with disability will go for tertiary education for free under my government. We are going to transform this country, move it to another level. As we go on Saturday to make the choice is between the past and myself. You should ask yourself, who can better unite this country? Who can better unite the diversity of this country? Who can bring innovative ideas to propel Ghana into the 4th Industrial Revolution? Who has the integrity? Who has the integrity to fight corruption in this country? Who has the integrity to fight corruption in this country? Who has the compassion for the disabled, for the vulnerable, for the sick in our society? Who cares about the needy? Who takes free senior high school education? Who can protect free SHS? Who can protect teacher training allowances? Who can protect nursing training allowances? Who can bring more development to our Zongo communities? You should mull all these questions and ask yourself, who will work very hard and selflessly for the people of Ghana? Who will work very hard and selflessly for the people of Ghana?
nti we eyense mahoro team course watch na no so amna wase so jembre e wa hada sane so wade dia dum yene ensan hiem na yemfa de chinsin ensan enso mo